Hello, folks. Welcome to English 420, Comparative Literature for Fall 2022. I am Dr. Charles Snodgrass, and just wanted to provide this little overview of the course syllabus and assignments and whatnot in Canvas. So this is a course that theoretically English majors could take different times because the course topic should change, just like English 451 special topics. And our particular focus this semester will be on racial others and justice, which I define down here as how it reflects human conflicts arising out of racial oppression and class difference. I should maybe back up and mention that if we were at a larger university, say like NYU, New York University, there are entire departments of comparative literature in which you can earn both an undergraduate Bachelor of Arts degree in comparative literature or doctorate in comparative literature, or say University of California, Santa Barbara, where likewise you can earn an graduate degree in comparative literature, as opposed to say English or French, right? And typically, undergraduate degrees, as it says right here, are multilingual in focus. So they will typically require students at these larger universities to be fluent in at least 2 languages, if not more. But that is not our university, nor is it our department. So what we're doing here is a kind of in translation, if you will, course, and all of the readings will be in English because I cannot expect you to be fluent in, say, Hindi or Spanish or another language. So this epigraph, if you will, from Baldwin, James Baldwin, comes from a Southern Poverty Law Center text that I may share later in a video lecture with you all, but it kind of speaks to, where we're going with the information in this course, right? That's what has happened in the past doesn't remain in the past. It, is carried forward, and we'll see that in different times, historical eras and places. So here is the course breakdown right here. And what I'm looking at here showing you is, as you can see in Acrobat Reader, a PDF version of the syllabus. So if you, in Canvas, this is the student view here in Canvas, the first page you will see here is this home page. Here on the left-hand tab. And the very first link at the top says, download this course syllabus. So if you click on this, what will happen is it'll open up a file in our course Google Drive, right? So there it is. That's the PDF version of the syllabus, which I was just, kind of showing you a moment ago in Adobe. This is, as you can see, this is inside of the Google Drive. Speaking of which, the next bookmark is the Google Drive itself. So I say to bookmark this. So once you click this, then go ahead and, bookmark your browser, whichever you use. And by the way, I recommend you use either Firefox, as I'm doing right now, or Chrome, because that's what Canvas prefers. I don't really like using Chrome that much because it's a memory hungry program. So it not only typically takes longer to launch than say Safari or Firefox, but it has a lot of information data collection going on in the background. And it's not as nimble or quick, so to speak, as Firefox. But anyway, all of these folders here, as you can see, match the modules. And so, once you bookmark this, then you'll have access to things like all of the essay guides for the 4 essays, the actual exam. The final exam is already up and running. So, theoretically, you could finish this course tomorrow if you wanted, because everything is already set in terms of dates. There's the syllabus, information about, avoiding plagiarism, which you should already know, and formatting for an MLA paper. But we'll come back to that information. So if you were to click on any one of those folders here, it will take you to, let's say, Yagyasi's homegoing. It'll take you to a list of, in this case, a list, but you could do it in the grid view. This is right here. If you're unfamiliar with Google Drive, there's this little toggle switch here. Right now, it's currently in a list view, like you'd see in a computer folder. But if you toggle this to grid view, it allows you to see all of the files and resources that I have with regard to this particular novel, including some, videos. I'll be using these folders here when I roll out video lectures, and I'll probably produce the first one on Anand's, Mulkaraj Anand's Untouchable novel, probably next week. So going back to the syllabus here, this again is in Canvas. You can, again, download this and save it, which I recommend, this PDF version in your, computer somewhere, but it's always available here on the home tab or window, if you will, of Canvas. So this is a pretty straightforward course. I'm trying to, simplify things in your life. So there are 4 texts you need to buy, and they should be available in the bookstore. So what I've done in both the Canvas version and here in the PDF version is linked to the actual text. Now, the university bookstore is owned by Barnes & Noble, but you can buy these texts elsewhere, perhaps even cheaper. So shop around. The first assignment, if you will, aside from this Module 1 reading quiz that's due August 29th, it's a 10 multiple choice question quiz with unlimited attempts, folks. So if you get anything wrong on any one of those 10 questions, you just go back and retake it. And so as Module 1 says here, there are unlimited retake attempts for this quiz until the deadline. Again, trying to make life simple here. So if you click the reading quiz, right, it'll take you to the actual the actual quiz itself inside of Canvas. Okay. You can do that, right? 10 points, 10 questions, no time limit, unlimited attempts, due August 29th. Okay. So that's your actual first assignment. And this link here, both in the PDF version and the quiz module for Module 1, if you click this, it takes you to inside of our Google Drive to the actual text of critical race theory. So I'm leaning hard into this text, critical race theory, because over the past few years, and increasingly so, there's been, I hope you're aware, there's been a backlash against educators trying to or be allowed to teach critical race theory in its proper sense in especially high school, but also in college. So what I wanted to give you guys a sense of is what it really is, you know, like, okay, people have a problem with it, but what is it really? And how can it help inform the reading and understanding of our novels? So, excuse me, what I've asked you to do for this, let me go back here. Excuse me. For the quiz is to read chapters 1 and 2. And as you can see, chapters 1 and 2 are not that long together. It's about 25 to 28 pages. So an introduction to what critical race theory is, and then some basic principles and tenets of critical race theory. And what I would like you folks to think about as you're reading this is, you know, just how it helps your understanding or our understanding of the novels and characters and authors we encounter in this course. So again, that's, you know, module 1, which, by the way, you can also navigate this course through the modules tab, and everything is all laid out right there. So there's, you know, there's module 1, module 2, and so on. So yeah, if I click on this module 2, and you'll see these assignments are pretty well spaced out. You know, they're not every week. So after August 29th, then your next assignment, which is an actual essay, 3 to 5 pages, double spaced, is not due till September 12th, which is a couple of weeks later. So if you click on this module, it'll take you to the instructions. Just follow the instructions in this order. And if you click on this link here, where it says essay over, in this case, Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable, if you click on it, it will again take you to a document in our Google folder or Google Drive. And what I've done here, folks, is laid out as sort of simply as possible, not only the submission instructions, which are repeated in the module, but the actual outline that I want you to follow. And this is here a very kind of simple, as you can see, 5-paragraph essay model. And I've color-coded the 3 main points that should appear in your thesis as the corresponding 3 main points in the body text. And then, of course, a conclusion. On the second page of this, I have already provided you with topics, and you choose one. Okay. So, for example, how and or to what degree does colorism within Indian caste function as a mechanism of oppression throughout Untouchable, the novel? Explain clearly and thoroughly by citing examples from the novel. And if you have forgotten how to cite and document, then I tell you to, on the one hand, follow this MLA sample paper. So if you click on this link, which is also linked to in the module, it provides you with an actual MLA style formatted paper, which I would recommend that you, if you haven't already, because some of you have taken me before, download this. So it's, as you can see with instructions on the side, it's a document that explains as it goes along, right, of how to format and what the paper should visually look like, as well as, of course, the works cited information. If you have other questions about MLA style, then I have linked to here, as well as in the modules, Purdue's online writing lab, or Purdue OWL, which is in this case the MLA version. And so if you don't already have this bookmarked, then you might want to, because it's a very handy resource for all questions MLA. And then at the end of page 2 of every essay guide, what I give you are the kind of important points about formatting, right? Like I say here, heading information in the top left-hand corner, which is just basic standard MLA format. And I say, see example below. And right here, this is the example I'm talking about, right? So if this, assignment is due September 12th, then, you'd put your name, my name, English 420, the due date, give it a title, your own creative title, and then, you dive into paragraph 1. So this kind of essay guide, if you will, appears in every module of, the novels. So if I go back to here, the module page, you'll see here that you have a reading quiz, then you have essay, 4 essays, and then an exam. That's it. There's no discussion, no attendance, no like extra credit, which is one of the course policies. There's no extra credit, no makeup work, so to speak. And speaking of this exam, as I mentioned already, it is already available. It's already up there. So if you just click this, say follow the directions meticulously, points will be deducted for not following directions because the exam directions are very specific. So as you can see, it's available today, but it's due December 5th at the end of the course. But if you click this link here, it'll take you right to the document in our Google Drive of the actual exam. This is a kind of comprehensive exam. So the whole first page here is formatting and examples of how to answer the questions here, right? So it's not secret information. You should start thinking about this. There are 3 parts to it, parts 1, 2, and 3. And I think the instructions are all pretty self-explanatory. If you have questions, of course, ask me, but I think it's pretty clear. So going back to, let me use the PDF version here, going back to the text, again, there are only 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and what I've done is provided the full bibliographic information with ISBNs. And if you click either the image or this link here, it'll take you to, in this case, the Amazon page where you can find the text. Now, I'm not going to demand that you get, say, the paperback versus the Kindle, which is roughly the same price here. But I will be using the paperback. So when I make video lectures and I'm talking about this novel, Untouchable, I will say, on page 192, when Baca, the character, says blah, 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 right? And that won't be the same necessarily on a Kindle, right? Because, you can change the font size and settings on a Kindle. Now, about this particular novel, what I've done is I mentioned in here, both in the module and here in the PDF form, that there's another Penguin version of this novel. However, excuse me. However, there's another edition from the same publisher available, but it has, as I say here, different page numbers. So you could buy this other edition, but if I say again, on page 192, when the character says whatever, you'll be looking kind of frantically for it. So if I were to show you here that PDF, that particular, what is it called? Particular ISBN. I have a Amazon book search bookmarked because I'm looking for books, obviously. Excuse me, I had COVID last month and I'm, still kind of, got a weird cough from it. So here's the other version of it from Penguin. And you'll see that even though they use the same photograph on the cover, the layout is different than the one that's in the PDF version, right? That here it's slightly different. So you can get this one, and in some ways it's actually a better edition, honestly, because it has notes at the end and a nice introduction. But anyhow, whichever one you choose, just know that there may be different page numbers involved, right? And as I said a while back, when as the course proceeds, I will roll out, if you will, various video lectures on these novels. So this is again a PDF version, but you find the same information in the modules on Canvas. So here, this one says, watch this video lecture on Untouchable, but it's forthcoming. I haven't produced it yet. And like this video lecture today, once I post it, I will announce it in Canvas, send you a message in Canvas inbox, so you'll have the link to it, and then I will also, link to it in the module. Yeah, so it's all, it's all pretty straightforward. Again, there's another novel here. Mariano Azuela's The Underdogs. This is about the Mexican Revolution in the early 20th century and the indigenous peoples fighting against the Spanish regime or the Mexican European regime. So again, if you just click on this, it'll take you to the novel itself. And none of these are very expensive. So let's see. The third one is this beautifully written braided narrative, if you will, by Ya Gyasi, who's originally from Ghana. Her family is as well, but she grew up in the South, the American South. And this, is a highly acclaimed book. And the fourth novel is from not a local, so to speak, but she's she lives in Mississippi, and as far as I'm aware, she still teaches at Tulane in New Orleans. Jesmyn Ward's Salvage the Bones. And this one, the National Book Award when it came out. So those are the four texts, aside from the kind of theoretical background of critical race theory. And there, oh yeah, let me say this on the syllabus here, or point it out. Some of you who have taken me before know that I emphasize this, but as far as I'm aware, there's at least currently 3 students enrolled in this course who are not English majors, which is kind of curious because this is a senior level course. But this information here applies to all online courses or even hybrid courses. Folks, do not attempt to read, write, and or submit coursework using either a phone or a tablet. And I'm here talking about Canvas. Canvas was never really designed for a mobile platform, even though there is a mobile app and you can access it on your phone or on a tablet, but you lose a lot of functionality in terms of links and what you can see and do in Canvas. So you're going to need access to a laptop or desktop for online coursework. And this is the kind of nature of college level work. So that's why I say here, you need access to computer. You need access to high-speed broadband internet, especially for downloading things or watching videos. And you have Microsoft Word already in Office 365 or the portal, right? You just log in with your student email to the portal, and then go to the suite of programs like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, and so on. If you run into any problems, please contact the help desk, because I don't really do computers. So as I say here, this is an asynchronous course. Synchronous, simply means like in person. That things are happening simultaneously. But this, as I mentioned earlier, this is a course you could finish tomorrow. Everything's already online, so you work at your own pace. However, you have to meet the assignment deadlines. So once an assignment is closed, it's closed, because as one of the course policies says here, no late work will be accepted, no makeup work will be given, and there's no extra credit work. And, folks, going back to the course evaluation table here, right? This is it right here. There's 6 things you have to do: a reading quiz, 10 multiple choice answers, questions you get unlimited attempts at until the deadline, 3 to 5 page essay on this novel, 3 to 5 page essay on that novel, 3 to 5 page essay on this other novel, and 3 to 5 pages on the 4th novel. And then you take an exam that is due toward the end of the semester. That's it. Pretty simple. So I'm kind of, as I say here with deadlines, I'm kind of unforgiving about, it's not that demanding or challenging of a course, especially for a senior level course. If there is, a change, like, I don't know, there's a hurricane or some kind of problem where we have to, rearrange the course schedule, I will certainly let you know and send you a message in Canvas inbox, and then make those changes on the modules and due dates and whatnot. But as of now, these are all of the due dates already set. And you can see those here again in the, if you either go to the assignments tab, right, all the due dates are already set, or you can find this same thing in the syllabus, which really, it's a misnomer. in Canvas, it's not what we think of as a syllabus. It's really more like the, the schedule. But again, all of the deadlines are set. And you have the same thing basically in the modules, right? So there should be no like, oh, I didn't know that something was occurring, right? Because you will see it in your calendar, you will see it in your to-do list, right? So yeah. I'm not sure this to-do list will, yeah, there you go. Right, so please be super attentive to the deadlines, because I'm not going to hold your hand and remind you you're adults, and please meet the deadlines. So I think, let me go back to, yeah, the PDF version here. I think that sort of covers it in terms of the text, the course policies. You know, it's again a self-paced course. I have a statement about plagiarism directly from the current catalog. Please don't plagiarize, because I will find it and I will give you an automatic 0. As it says here in the, you know, I could give anyone an automatic F in the course, but I usually don't do that. As far as office hours, because this is a 100% online course, it's all going to be, you know, a virtual scene. So these are my office hours, and we'll do it via Zoom, right? So just send me a message in Canvas inbox that you want some kind of office hour meeting with me, because, you know, I don't want it to overlap with other students, right? Kind of make an appointment, if you will. And once we agree on a time, then I will send you the Zoom meeting and time in Canvas. And, you know, of course, you will need to have Zoom if you don't already have it, and we will connect that way. So that's it. Pretty straightforward, I hope. But again, if you have any questions, you know, please let me know. Your first assignment is to download and read this syllabus. Your second assignment is to purchase these books, these 4 novels. And then your third assignment in chronological order is to take this quiz. So, you know, what I'm telling you folks is, don't wait till your, you know, what do you call it, your refund check to say, oh, I'm just now able to buy this, what, $9 book, you know, and right, it's $9. I don't know what it is in the bookstore, but, you know, you can find it cheaper perhaps in other places. You know, that's about the going price of a 6-pack or 2. So, you know, you just need to plan ahead for these assignments, right? And I will, like I said, I will roll out video lectures for each of these novels and announce them. Okay, folks, I think that's it for now. I'll post this morning, and hope you all are doing well, and take care.